Fierce ladies, welcome to the Moms in Real Estate podcast, where we unleash our unapologetic power to share the raw truth of our journeys. Brace yourself for a dose of empowerment, education, and encouragement like never before. I'm Kristen, a relentless entrepreneur obsessed with connecting and uplifting fellow boss babes. In this podcast, we're all about getting down to business, conquering motherhood, nurturing relationships, and so much more. Get ready to dive into the nitty-gritty, embrace the hustle, and unravel the secrets of success in the world of real estate. We're here to ignite your fire, equip you with the knowledge, and unleash your limitless potential. Tune in as we redefine what it means to be a true boss babe. In studio today, I get to sit with Caitlin McKeague, who has done a fabulous job at building her business utilizing YouTube. Not only that, she is now coaching real estate agents all across the United States on how to do exactly that. I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. Let's get started. All right, guys, I am in studio with Caitlin today, and I'm so excited for you guys to get to know her because we got to meet through our brokerage, which we're both at Real Brokerage, and one of our mutual friends was like, you have to know Caitlin. I'm like, okay, introduce me, and now I love you. You're so great. So I'm so excited to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and part of the Moms in Real Estate community too. It's been so great to connect with you guys.
Yes. And one thing that is so cool is I cannot think of you without thinking of YouTube. And I think you've done a really good job establishing yourself as like the go-to person for YouTube. But it didn't always start out that way. So why don't you take us back? Why did you even get into real estate?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to run my own business. Mm-hmm. I wanted to run my own show, be my own boss. I think that's everyone's famous last words before they jump into real estate. And so I worked in corporate for a long time. I did corporate recruiting. And we decided to buy a house and sell our house. And I thought, well, that was really easy what he did. And there's so many parallels to what I do at work. So I'm just going to go do that. And so that was the kind of catalyst for starting real estate. And I was very humbled afterwards. Once I started. That first year was super hard, and it was a lot more challenging than I expected, as everyone ends up saying, right? So that's
what was challenging about it for you in your first year?
Well, it was the lead generation aspect, right? That's the one thing that I think a lot of new agents don't really think about is you are in a sea of competition, and everyone that you think might buy or sell with you also knows 10 other people that they could potentially buy or sell with.
Yes.
So it's a matter of, first of all, timing, because these are big investments in people's lives. They don't do it every year. And then the fact that they have many, many choices.
Yes.
And they may love you, but they also are do you know enough yet? Because you're brand new.
Yeah, totally. So then did you initially, out the gate, decide you were going to do videos, or were you doing something else to try to generate leads?
No, I started with cold calling, door knocking. I did cold calling on a triple line dialer to just circle prospecting every day for a couple hours. It was miserable.
What brokerage were you at when you started?
Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay.
And I did join a team that was really small, but I did have some mentorship, and it was a lot of the traditional cold call, door knock, open houses, tell your sphere that you're in real estate, call your sphere, all that stuff. And it was 2018, so social was definitely around, but it wasn't as, I would say, usable and prominent as it is today.
Yeah.
So they weren't pushing that as much there at the time. So I was doing all of that and hating it, calling expireds at 7 a.m. and getting yelled at. So I will say I paid my dues on the hard stuff.
Yes.
And it did work. I just hated doing it, you know, and I didn't feel very comfortable doing it. So it was a year in real estate when I decided I'm going to just try YouTube instead, because I had been to 2 different conferences 6 months apart, and I saw the same woman from Realtor.com talking about using YouTube. I saw her presentation twice, and the first time I saw it, I was like, I'm going to do that. And then I didn't do shit. And then 6 months later, I'm like, I could have been so much further ahead. And I was just so mad at myself. And I'm like, I'm going to do it.
I think we can all relate to that exact story in one way or another, right? So I can think of Pinterest. Like everyone's like, oh, you should jump on the Pinterest thing. And then all of a sudden like 6 months goes by and you're like, why haven't I done it? Or Instagram or Facebook groups, whatever it is. So I'm glad that you did it. And then was it hard at first? Like tell us just about like maybe the beginning days of using YouTube and then what it looks like today.
Yeah, it was very hard at first because, of course, it's exciting at first because you're like, oh, I'm going to launch this. It's going to be great. And then, like, you don't get any views. And that's kind of the reality. It just, like, takes a while to build, especially if you don't know what you're doing, which I didn't. And I, like, read a book and I was part of a Facebook group, but, like, I wasn't getting any coaching on it. I didn't have any strategy behind it.
Yeah.
So it really took a long time to, like, get some momentum, which I don't think it has to take now. You know, now I know.
What are we talking here? Like 2 months, 10 months?
A year.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, a year. I mean, I probably got some, like, was getting decent views maybe within 6 months, and decent by meaning, like, I was out of, like, single digits.
Yeah.
But I finally got my first lead a year into using YouTube.
Well, and I real quick, I want to stop there because we do have a lot of people that are new in real estate listening to this. And I think that a year sounds like a long time, but really with like, think about so many different prospecting legs, it takes that long, you guys. So really like understanding that and having the grit, because if we're talking about, let's substitute it for farming a neighborhood, you're looking at the same time frame before you actually get some results from it. Same thing with if you're building a community, same thing if you're all of a sudden starting an Instagram page. Like it takes a lot of time. So when you weren't getting leads, what kept you going?
That's a good question. I mean, no other alternative other than like, I was like, I don't want to go back to corporate. I was just so against it.
That is so many people's motivator. Like, as long as I don't have to go back there, I'm going to keep doing this.
I'll keep doing this, right? And I was still getting leads, but it was in the ways that I didn't want. Like, it was cold calls and that kind of stuff. Like, I was still doing a fair amount of that to like help myself continue and have some sort of business. I was also very fortunate that my husband was like, you focus on this and, you know, get it going and I can handle everything else. But that also made me feel like really guilty. I was like, I can't just like, you know, I really have to put in the effort. So it was that. And then it was consistency. Like if I did not post every single week for YouTube, I wouldn't have seen the success that I ended up seeing.
Yes. What do you feel like is your like top tip that if somebody's like, okay, I'm going to do it, I'm going to get started, what would be like maybe like 2 or 3 things you would say, okay, I want you to do this?
So be consistent. So decide like how often you're going to post, which once a week is probably your best bet to start.
Okay.
And do not falter from that whatsoever.
Okay.
Know who you're talking to and what type of client you want. That's the biggest thing because that then answers all your other questions, which are what type of videos should I make? What's the content? If you know who you're talking to, then you know exactly what type of video they want to see and what questions they want answered. Yeah. So it makes everything so much easier.
Who are you talking to on your YouTube channel?
So I am talking to, I do market updates. So I'm talking to a lot of analytical people that want to know what's going on in the real estate market in Phoenix. And I will say that was not who I set out to target. It's who I kind of realized was like watching my stuff. And then I just leaned into it. And when I did decide to lean into like, you know, give the viewers what they want, everything grew. So if you can start from that place in the beginning, then you will have a snowball effect for sure.
Yeah. So take us through what it looks like to have a YouTube business. So are these people like commenting on your YouTube? Are they emailing you and telling you they saw your YouTube videos? Like, what does that look like?
It's a combination. So I do get emails, texts, and phone calls from people who see the videos. But most of my leads come in through lead magnets. And we were just talking about this in Real Cafe today about like attraction marketing. And it's cool if you attract people, but then you actually have to convert them. And so like that's my biggest piece of advice for people who start any sort of attraction marketing is like, don't wait for them to call you.
Yes.
Give them a reason to like be a lead in your system. And so a lead magnet does that. And so when I started incorporating lead magnets is when I actually started getting consistent flow into my YouTube channel. And so that's more of like offering something of value in exchange for their contact information. It's free. So like a downloadable guide, access to a system, something like that. And then they give you their contact info and maybe they're not ready to go sign a buyer broker with you tomorrow, but you can drip on them now for a good period of time and eventually convert them to a client.
So then are you just talking about it in your video and then you're putting it in the show notes? People are going there, clicking there, and then you're getting their information. How great is that? And you're probably generating leads just all day long while you're out doing other things.
Yeah. About 20 a week come in on average.
That's so great. And are you utilizing Flowdesk for your leads, or what are you using?
So I use Lofty.
Okay.
Yep. So everything goes into Lofty, and then I have drip campaigns. I have auto text campaigns. Then I have an ISA who also calls these people too. So they're getting hit different ways. And then I can kind of filter through like who might actually be interested and who's just kind of a looky-loo for now and just needs like a longer drip.
Do you feel like a lot of the leads that you have coming in are ready to go buyers, or do you feel like it is somebody that you more so people that need nurtured?
I would say, I mean, that's the thing is like 20 leads a week, they're not all ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a fair amount of crap in those leads too, like wrong contact info or people that are like, oh yeah, I didn't even mean to click on it or whatever. So I do have like kind of the quantity over quality type of situation coming in, but that's okay because like within those 20, we usually set somewhere between 1 to 5 appointments a week off of those.
That's good.
And so, and then the ones that are very serious are the ones that do pick up the phone and actually contact me directly or email me directly. And so like they're not downloading anything. They're like, I already know I want to work with you and your team. And then they call or text or email right away. So you get kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah. Okay. So you've kind of, started, this is a newer thing for you where now you're teaching agents how to actually do what you've done. Tell us about like, do you like that role?
Yeah, I love it. That's honestly, so that's why I've kind of built out a team because I am a bit burnt out working with clients, and I would rather share those leads with agents who are excited to work with clients and take on a new buyer. And I want to focus my efforts on the YouTube side of things. Like that's what's fun for me. Lead generation, building a channel, like all of that is fun, the marketing side of things. So it's been really enjoyable to connect with other agents who are starting from the beginning or just like have a foundation built, but they're trying to tweak, like they're just not getting the traction, and helping them make those small changes. I was talking with someone this week and she's like, I started using lead magnets and I now get 3 leads a week. And before I was just like getting some phone calls here and there.
Yeah.
So it's just like those small things that like make a really big difference in actually like turning it into a funnel.
Yeah, it is definitely like I can't even imagine my life without lead magnets.
I know,
because it's just like all day and it's so great.
Yeah. And it's not just YouTube. It's like, it's Instagram. It's anywhere you put them. Like you can incorporate them on everything. And that's how you start to collect leads.
Well, and you also have other things other than just transactions and coaching right now. You started a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
Yeah. Kelly Sajoni and I have a podcast called Slightly Under Asking. And
such a good name.
Thank you. ChatGPT, we can credit that. I would love to take credit, but you know, everything is chat these days. But that's been a lot of fun. And our goal with that is really to like keep it real and talk about like the challenges in real estate and you know, the BS that we deal with and the hard stuff, and like not make it you know, there's so many podcasts out there that do have great information, but like sometimes you just feel disconnected and like that it's not realistic. Like I'm not going to use that script, or I'm not, you know, this type of stuff doesn't work for me. Or like we had a whole conversation about like past clients and like keeping past clients in your sphere and, you know, nurturing them for future. And I was like, I don't do that. I just don't want to do that. I'm sorry. And like unpopular opinion, but like that is not my way of getting business. I like to connect with new people. If past clients come back to me, great. But like, I'm not setting up, you know, a whole thing around past clients, and that's not usually what's recommended. And so our podcast kind of has that feel of like, it's okay to not do it the way everyone says you should do it. And it's like
totally okay. And that's the beauty of real estate, is it can look so many different ways. We have so many great opportunities in this industry.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We really do. And like with social media on top of that, like there are so many different ways to make money, to connect with people, to build your brand. Like it's honestly like so inspiring because it's endless. And so we wanted to just kind of like real talk and be like, hey, we don't know all of the answers too, because we also bring on people that we interview and we're like, how do you do this? We had someone on who talked about Instagram, and she's killing it there. We've talked about AI, about how to get into luxury, like some different guests that have had a lot of value to help because we don't know all the answers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really hyper focused on what you're good at, you're not going to know about maybe like all the luxury world or, you know, something else.
Yeah.
So tell us something that's been really impactful in your business, like super recent. So like in today's market, like in the last couple weeks, what's been something that you're like, gosh, that's really good?
I think so for me right now, one thing that I'm like really exploring and loving is leverage in a lot of different ways. And this like has helped me because I have the real estate business. I have YouTube coaching. I have the podcast. I'm running a few different YouTube channels. It's like all of a sudden I've gotten to this like max capacity of like, what am I trying to do here?
Yeah.
Like I can't do this alone. And so I've really kind of found a lot of help in like just using Upwork to find people to do like small projects here and there.
I've never heard of Upwork.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, it's just like Fiverr.
Okay.
But I think it's better. I don't know. I've found better talent there, I think. But it's just like, freelance for anything. Like that's where I found my ISA, and it's like baby steps, right? Like I didn't want to go through a company to hire someone, to have someone full-time, or like do an ISA company. And then I'm like so committed on these contracts. Like literally if it's not working, I can be like, sorry, like this is the end, you know? And so I have her calling 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's such a minimal amount of money that I have to spend in investment in time. Just to like get the return of like, now that's off my plate.
Yeah.
So that's worked really well for me is finding people to do projects and like just, and it can be a one-time thing. Like, okay, I'm going to pay you $200 to organize this for me and figure this out. And like, it's done, right?
Yeah.
Now I can move forward. So in real estate, it's the same thing. Like I think people hold back and like keep it within their something they feel like they have to do themselves when really it can be such a small expense to just farm it out for a project and like give yourself the time back, get the stress out of your life and like move forward.
Yeah.
So leverage is what is kind of like the new frontier for me.
And I feel like, our audience hears this all the time it is like leverage is so, so important. And a lot of times it's so hard to get to the point of where you finally let go because we're such control freaks. All of us are.
Yeah.
And so, but once you do, like, look how happy people are on the other side.
I know.
It's like, oh, I wasn't the best at that. There's other people that are.
For sure. And now it's done. And like, as moms too, like busy moms and like every minute you take in your business is time away from your family, right? Like if you can have someone do it that is so much better than you, quicker than you, and it's like, it's actually not costing you that much because it's going to cost less than what your hourly rate is. Like when you actually look at that, it's like so worth it.
Yes. Is there anything that you do not delegate that you're like, oh, this is next?
I mean, I'm like, can I delegate everything?
Everything. Cooking would be mine. I do
know.
delegate it a lot to my husband, but like how great would it be to have like somebody just like prepare all your meals?
Yes, all of them. I know. I was saying to my husband we were going to travel and I was like, really rich people have people that like go there before them and like set everything up and put all their stuff. And he was like, okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. Like,
You're like, that's what I'm like aiming for.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's so much, like I was sharing with you not long ago. So I read the book, Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell, who was just at Forward also. So I got to see him there live talking about
And you're
his
supposed
stuff.
to buy the physical book, not listen to it, right?
I listened to the book, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I bought it as well, but I just did the audiobook.
Okay.
But he has a whole, method in there about like how you need to look at things in terms of like your dollar per hour and like what that looks like to actually buy back your time. And one thing he said at Forward was like, if you don't have an assistant, you're the assistant and you're a really bad one. And I was like, oh, that hurts so bad. And it's so true. So after I read his book, it's almost been a year, I decided to like relinquish all control of my email and give it to my assistant. And that's been like life-changing, honestly, because she really does manage all of that for me. Like my inbox is no longer my to-do list. I make my to-do list and then she takes care of the things that can be done without me. And then there's certain things that I need to like respond on or consider before she sends a response. But honestly, like clients are served better because she's quicker than me on all of that. I don't miss emails. I feel less stressed. So that was like kind of me dipping my toe into like the leverage piece of things, and then seeing the results of it and being like, it's okay. It's all going to be okay. I let go of control. We're all still alive. Then, you know, I now have the confidence of like trying a little bit more and trying a little bit more. So I'm not sure what's next.
I think the email thing is huge. I feel like you're one of very few people I know that do that. And I'm so jealous because I have tried and I need to try again.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like so habitual for me that I'm like, I can't not wake up and go into my email.
I know, but then you're just
hard.
like in everyone else's to-do list for you.
I know.
And not
it's
your
so
own.
true.
Yeah, it's
All
hard.
right, I'm going to try again. And I still need to read that book. You're the second person this week because, of course, Forward is on everyone's brain.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, Forward is an event every July that Neil Dingra, right? He puts on, and I will tell you, I talk to everybody about events. This is the event that you don't want to miss, apparently. So you guys got to look up Neil Dingra and then look up his Forward event. We'll both be there next year.
Yeah. That was amazing. I'll definitely go back.
Yeah. Okay, so there's so many different ways to work with you, but nobody that's listening knows. So why don't you maybe explain like a couple of the ways if somebody's like, oh, I want to learn YouTube, or I just want to be closer, you know, in proximity to you. What are the different ways?
Sure. Well, if you're in Arizona, I have a team here. I call it a collective. So it's kind of more of like a group of referral agents that we all work together. A lot of those leads that come from my YouTube channel, I give to the team. So that's one thing. I'm open to talking with team members there. But on the YouTube side, I do have a course that's self-paced, and it's called YouTube Without Overwhelm. And the whole point of that course is to get someone started on YouTube, or even if you've already started but you're like, this is just not working, self-paced, and it helps you like define who your client avatar is. It helps you build your channel in the way of like all those things we don't want to do, right? Like write the description and think about all the keywords and the SEO. It actually leverages ChatGPT prompts to help you create that and craft it, make it fast and easy. Yeah. So that's kind of like a starter course. I do have an accelerator program that I have on a wait list right now. So I haven't launched that yet, but that's a little bit more of an in-depth YouTube course. And then I do one-on-one coaching as well. So if you're someone who's already got it going and you're like, I got to get this moving and get some more leads from it, we can do more like, you know, catered to you type of one-on-one.
Is the accelerator course also self-paced?
No, so that's going to be live. Yeah, I'll be launching that. I'm just trying to build that out to be more of like an 8-week program versus something shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love when agents have success and they share it in the way that you're doing. It's just so awesome. And then you're also at Real Broker, which also allows people all across the United States to partner with you.
Yep, absolutely. And the podcast, Slightly Under Asking, Kelly and I talk a little bit about that too. So yes, we love Real, and any benefits that we, you know, see at Real and stuff, we're usually sharing that on the podcast too. So if you want to follow the podcast, you'll hear more about that.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to end the podcast with a couple rapid fire questions.
Oh man, I feel like this has already been rapid fire.
I know, right? Okay, but it's an easy, casual conversation between us.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your favorite coffee drink?
You know, okay, I'm weird about coffee. I can take it so many different ways. I just don't really like it sweet.
Really?
Yeah. So I'll do black. I'll do like black espresso. I'll do espresso with cream, espresso with milk. Like, I don't know. Lattes.
I need a coffee right now. All of this sounds really good.
Lattes, I'm good with it all.
Okay, so favorite podcast?
Oh man. Moms in Real Estate.
Oh, look at that. I love that. What is the show that you're binging right now?
We are those creepy documentary people.
I love documentaries.
So, I mean, we're just always on the hunt for a good documentary. So the one that just came out about Amy Bradley, who disappeared on the cruise ship in 1998.
Ooh.
We just got into that one. So
I haven't heard that one.
it's good. So far, it's new on Netflix as of yesterday. So obviously I'm like on top of like what comes out. But we did just watch The Waterfront. Did you see that?
No.
That was on Netflix. It was a series. It just like one season. That was actually really good.
It was really good. I need a new show, so I'm going to have to check it out.
A lot of twists and turns. Like even the first episode, I was like, excuse me, you're not supposed to be this aggressive this fast.
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
good.
Well, that's good. Okay, so last question. If you had to go in business with any influencer or celebrity, who would it be?
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. The first person that comes to mind, and I don't even know how to say her last name, but Mari Llewellyn, is that her last name?
I don't even know.
She's like a fitness influencer,
Okay.
kind of, but like she's like health, like holistic health also.
Okay.
So she has a really cool story. She's young and she like just had so many issues like with her weight and stuff, and then found a lot of it was just like eating crappy foods and like adrenals and like all these different things that she kind of figured out. And so now she has supplements and like that she sells and all of these holistic things, and she's now pregnant with her first. She tried IVF for a really long time. Anyway, that's her story. But like I love her brand. I've always really connected well with her brand. She's like, again, like young and just like a boss, and it's like
I need to follow her.
Yeah.
It sounds like an account. I don't know how. I probably am following her and just don't see her stuff.
Yeah, she has a podcast called The Pursuit of Wellness. That's really interesting.
So up my alley.
Yeah, you'd like
As
it.
I smell like ozone as we're sitting here from ozone treatments.
We love ozone.
Well, it's been so fun having you on, and you guys don't even know this. She's actually one of our partners of Moms in Real Estate. So it's like always one of my favorite things to have a partner on the podcast too.
Yeah.
So if people want to follow you on Instagram and YouTube, tell us both ways.
Yeah, your Phoenix Real Estate on Instagram, or your Phoenix Real Estate Agent on Instagram. And then YouTube is Caitlin McKeague, your Phoenix Real Estate Agent. However, I did just launch my YouTube coaching channel on YouTube. So it's all videos about like how to grow your YouTube channel.
Oh.
So that is called CM Coaching, and it's YouTube strategy for real estate agents.
Okay, we will put all these links in the show notes.
It's a mouthful, sorry.
Yes, no, there's a lot, but that's really good, and I'm sure people are going to want to go straight to that YouTube channel and learn from you. So, well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. So fun.
Thanks, friend, for listening to the podcast. We love having you in our community. If you enjoyed our podcast, please leave us a review or share it with a friend. Also, we'd love to connect with you on Instagram. Go follow us at Moms in Real Estate.